Alright guys, welcome back. So I just want to quickly update on Big Bear, which is today looks like 2.5% down. So pretty epic move from these $4.70 all the way to $88 and something. It's just essentially 100% rally from 200-day moving average, 80% rally. And we were talking about this one. So first, somewhere around dilution, I don't want to go back to this, but I'll show you guys. But September 11th, at the support, that was the video. So ever since, we haven't talked about this one. So after I made that video, September 11th, when the stock was sitting around here, pretty much choppy, and I was pretty much talking about possibility if 450, is it going to roll over or is it going to catch a bid and pretty much push higher, and I was pretty much watching the gap fill area of this earnings report, which of course it did fill, and it's already sitting at a resistance level of a last rally that we had into June, July. So 840-ish area, this is where it rejected yesterday as well. So this is the resistance I'm watching. So after I talked about this one, I think I saw this pretty much. Is it a senator, representative, Lisa? I mean, as soon as she disclosed of buying it, I think this kind of like helped, and overall AI was doing very, very well as well. After Broadcom earnings, I believe, I think it was not participating. That was the video actually. So everything else was pretty much rallying, but this pretty much was lagger at that point, but it did catch up with everything else. So there's a lot of headlines about AI throughout the August, beginning of September, and now here's the bigger picture. So it didn't roll over. So versus last time, I was talking about like every time it pops, it just gives it right back. It pops and gives it like almost 100%. But this time around, pattern is changing now. So I'm going to be watching 840 and then very big pivotal level 10. But the capitalization is now at 778, is 2.8 billion, 2.9 billion. Okay, so you can check it on dilutiontracker.com, or you can just go to their website as well, or even if you follow their earnings reports, you will see what they're going to do. Are they about to dump, or are any convertible notes due? And there is one right there, convertible. I'm not seeing the date, but you can check it on SEC filings. So which means these are going to be more dilutive. Like if you can take a look at the notes, 100%. They have some terms, but for the most part, I have been seeing that all of the warrants, or pretty much most of the, I'm not seeing convert. Oh, actually, it's down there. They were pretty much getting exercised, pretty much getting the shares and then dumping it in open market. So if you want to keep an eye on dilution, which is very important for these small cap names, you can come take a look at it here, or you can go to SEC. So pretty much last year at the end of the year, 250 million outstanding shares. This year so far, after pretty much last time they reported earnings, outstanding shares were 370 million. So that was something that I shared. Let's go to the premiums. So the premiums, call buying, it did rally because of thanks to that. But today, profit taking could be. That's why stock is pulling back. But longer term, if the stock builds above these levels, stays around these levels, even come till next earnings support, I'll be watching this name to the upside. Also, it did broke out of this downtrend that I was watching. So as long as it holds, so now my support area would be, first support area would be somewhere around 730, 740-ish. So if it cracks, then I typically watch 50-day, 20-day, 5-day, These are the moving averages. 20 days way below, 50 days at 620, 5 day, at least 5 day. You can see anytime stock gets back above, like down there I showed it, 5 day was resistance, resistance, resistance. As soon as it gets back above the 5 day, it acts as a support, and its stock pretty much starts bouncing off that level. And pretty much I personally use it as a support when I'm watching ultra short term momentum stocks like this. Is it going to take a break? Possible, sure, why not? Is it heavily shorted? It is heavily shorted. I was looking at Finviz, but I'm not able to access the other website where I can see it on a daily. But 20% of the float, 360 something, 361 million float, according to Finviz, is short. So we are seeing already a lot of quantum names getting squeezed, but this SoundHound and BBAI, sure, they're bouncing too, but they're not making highs, all-time highs, or 52-week highs. Like if you take a look at, like, quantum names are just blank check names essentially, right? They don't have any revenue, versus these two companies like BBAI and SoundHound. So at some point, maybe going into Christmas, we're going to see something like this. But for me, that would be for Big Bear after $10. But there's for sure, if Fed truly cuts 2 more times this year for the rest of the year, I mean, it will fuel the small caps, mid caps further. So Big Bear, sure, I'm watching it to the upside, but short term, is it extended? Yeah, a little bit. Does it need to catch a little bit of a breather, just like it has done last time? Maybe even if it did. So if last time we saw this, it went up, down, and slowly like flushed back down to because of the earnings. And if it's gonna chop around after like going huge and then tries to break out, sure, I would be looking for something like that. But so far, these are the two levels: 850 resistance, support 730, 740. This is the area I would be watching. Even if it doesn't hold, I mean, I'm going to be watching 50 day. As long as anytime stocks stay above 50 day, that would be an uptrend for me. So that's the quick update for this name. I'm not going to go into the option activity because we already saw it. That there is some bullish activity, but the volume is not like crazy. Okay, today I can just share, we still have like half a day, that's why I don't want to look at it. 100,000 calls being traded and 22,000 puts being traded, and if I just go take a look at, maybe I don't like to go there, maybe let's take a look at this. Nothing exciting personally to me standing out today so far. Next year, I mean, it's very tiny, like $35,000 order, $10 call for next year. But I would let the IV cool off if I want to trade it, if I want to play it. But so far, I'm watching essentially nuclear names and even these stocks too, like SoundHound and BBAI. But I need a little bit of a catalyst or something like this for these names. So that's the update. That's what I'm watching. This is not a buy or sell recommendation. This is purely for educational and entertainment purposes only. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.